Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. It's always the final day that we decide to play Russian roulette with the people of California in this legislative session. There are many things that we can do throughout the year. We talk about them, we don't do them. As for this bill, we did get this on Wednesday. It was 60 pages of legalese on a very complex product. I mean, there's nothing simple about pensions. What is simple is to go back to 1999 SB 400, which was in fact the problem child. It was passed by both parties. There's no blame here. What the governor put forth was small, but probably a step in the right direction with 12 points. We supported it because we wanted to get moving. I did not support Governor Schwarzenegger's pension reform because it was not in fact pension reform. Even though he was supposedly our guy, I was one of probably 4 people that said this is going to cost us more. I don't care what anybody says, we know it's going to cost us more. And right now, what it allowed was another step for employees. So while they were taking a step down or taking a little cut, they were allowed to go up another step, which would increase the pension. This has a lot of poison pills in it, a lot of poison pills for the locals that you've heard. And the savings, if it remains, if it doesn't get flipped back, because next legislature can flip it back, we can even flip it back in the lame duck session. We'll save most of the money at the end of the 30 years. Members, we are in trouble now. We've been in trouble since I've been here, facing deficit after deficit after deficit. Nothing has changed. This governor has begged that we deal with the mountain of debt. Now, his pension reform was not going to do that in one fell swoop, but it at least started the process. We have 5% of our general fund right now going to fund pensions. We have anywhere, well, the guesstimates are about $500 million in unfunded pension liability. Our cities and our locals are trying to deal with theirs. They will be prohibited in this bill. And I would just ask that we please try to take these topics seriously. Our people are taking these things seriously. This, to me, is a very insincere ploy to go out before your voters and say that you did some pension reform, because you know how well that polls. People want to see pension reform. And it's very difficult for many members to do because of a variety of issues. But we had a plan. We should go back to that plan. This is a bad bill. It might make some tweaks, but there's nothing that can't be reversed. And there's also does very little for us now, and does very little for us over the course of a 30-year period, because it will be reversed if there's ever any money to do so. Our state's bankrupt. We've got the lowest credit rating in the nation. We have debt. We have trigger cuts to education. We're public safety's underwater. We're asking for tax increases. We're asking to reduce the threshold for locals to tax themselves to bail us out. We ripped out redevelopment funds. We're now trying to recreate those to get locals to tax themselves again, to bail themselves out from their bad credit ratings that they've suffered because of that move. I beg you, please, let's deal with these issues. We can do it. I look at members that I work with on a regular basis, and we all get along. We need to start taking these things seriously. So if we can't support the governor's 12-point plan, I don't want to support this and give everybody an out. It is not a solution. It is only a little Band-Aid to get you through election time and make good press. I request a no vote.